Go.
So today, olbg.com are at Ascot for another one of our mares races. We're lucky enough to be joined by John Ivan Duke from William Hill. We're just going to have a little chat about the Cheltenham Festival. The members give us a few questions to ask him. So you all right, John?
Absolutely, great. Looking forward to a good day's race.
Yeah, and we're about 7 weeks away now from the festival, so we're all getting a bit excited.
I know, and you sort of get that feeling, don't you? The anticipation and the build-up. It should be a great festival, and some great races ahead.
So we've got a few questions that the members have put forward. First of all, right, what horses do you have the biggest liabilities on at the moment and are therefore desperate not to win?
Well, the first one straight off the bat has to be Min. Min has been backed in from 33 to 1 right into even money. And you think to yourself, God, this is a horse who's running in one of the most competitive races of the festival. You can't possibly be backing Min at even money now. Even though Willie Mullins has been talking the horse up, there's a huge hype drive behind Min as well. And I think
so
it's
late 33s, William.
Absolutely, 33s, 25s, all the way down into even money. And he's easily the worst result of the festivals for us so far. There's other horses like Faheen, who you'd expect to be well backed. Undersow's been supported for the Queen Mother. And Ivanovic Gorbatov as well for the Triumph.
Yeah. But Min's your worst result, you'd say?
Yeah,
You'll
definitely
be crying if that wins the first.
If Min wins the first, we'll be crying because of that, and we'll also be worried about those run-ups as well, heading in towards the end of Tuesday as well.
So moving on from that, are there any sneaky ones at bigger prices that you've had, some of your shrewd customers have had a little nibble on?
There is one that I would definitely draw your attention to, and that's in the Trull House stud Mares Novice Hurdle. And it's a horse called Bloody Mary, who races now for Nicky Henderson, not being seen on the track for him yet, and owned by JP McManus, around about 20 to 1 in the betting. This is a horse who's been brought over from France, won 6 of 7 starts over in France, and looks a really interesting potential contender for the Mares Novice Hurdle.
Right, well I'm seeing Nicky today, so I'm going to ask him about that one straight away. Okay. Right, Willie Mullins, first day. Last year he had the fourfold running up, and Annie Power falls at the last in our race.
Yes.
So the question was basically, of those 4 this year, we're looking at Min, Duvan, Faheen, Annie Power. Which one of them do you think is the most likely to get turned over?
I think it's the one we've already mentioned, Min. This is a horse who's running in one of the most competitive races. The Supreme is always a top race, but you've got horses like Altior, perhaps Bouvardere as well, who on the form book perhaps have done more than Min has so far. Min might be a superstar, and there's an element of value for the other horses in the race because Min is so short. I'd be taking her on, him on rather.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been looking at the OLBG app this morning and the website as well, and they're more keen to take on Faheen on our site out of the 4.
Really?
If Annie Power arrives safe and sound, then Faheen's the one of the 4 that there's a little bit of opposition to on our site.
And the fact is that Faheen, if he does get beaten, he'll probably be beaten by a stablemate, won't he?
Yeah, exactly. So we've discussed Annie Power there. Stay to that theme. Our race. What do you think the biggest challenger is to Annie Power should she turn up?
I think the biggest challenger to Annie Power is her own jumping.
Right.
I think the biggest danger to her is the hurdles again. She's a superb horse on her day. If she stays on her feet, she'll win. But there are some good horses in opposition. It's a shame that Vroom Vroom Mag probably won't go for it because in the same ownership. She's definitely one to look out for whichever race she runs in, because I think she's a star in her own right. Aurora Destraval's won a couple of listed races, second in our betting at the moment. I think Polly Peacham won at Sandown last time, obviously second in the race last year. Bit of a puzzle. I think Bit of a Puzzle would be interesting if they decide to stop chasing,
and
perhaps go back for the Mares Hurdle, because I think that would be an interesting angle. Around about 16 to 1 in the betting. Just depends if they decide to stick at the bigger obstacles or not. I think it's a good competitive race, but Annie Power is firmly the one to beat.
Well, some of our top members are really keen on Polly Peacham. They're real shrewd guys, and they think each way 12 to 1. And I think she's biggest with you actually, William Hill, 12 to 1. Absolute knocking each way bet anti-post as we stand here now, because Annie Power might not turn up. If she doesn't turn up, Polly Peacham could well be 7 to 2, 4 to 1.
Yeah.
if Annie Power's there, she's still only going to be around the 8s mark, and you know, you can't kick her out of the frame. We don't think so. We're Polly Peacham each way in our race, definitely.
Yeah, I would sort of stick along the same lines. I think, you know, she ran a really good race in the contest last year, didn't she? She wasn't beaten far, and you know, on that basis, this year's race doesn't look that much tougher. No.
Well, that's it from us. Don't forget, download the app. Look at olbg.com website. We've got some fantastic tips on there, all free. John, I'm sure we'll speak to you again before the festival. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Cheers, John.